So now we are going to talk about this SSH. Okay, SSH stands for secure shell. So the name implies something secure, right? And it is also remote login protocol which uses TCP. So we need to first initiate the connection in order to log in into this remote system, and it is a big improvement over the telnet because it sends the data in encrypted format. Okay, that's very much improvement over the telnet. Secure shell is also telnet, but it's an encrypted way. And SSH runs on the port 22. If you want to access login, if you want to log into remote system, you need to say SSH and in the port 22. And in Linux we log into remote system using SSH as with the SSH command. So there is a SSH command, and the command syntax is SSH and the username of the machine you want to log into @IP address. So by default SSH takes port 22, but there is no rule that service must run on the particular port only. In general, everyone puts the SSH on the port 22, but sometimes administrator changes because attackers can try to brute force this username and the passwords. That's why administrator changes the port to some other 2022 or some other larger numbers like that. Remember, we can have the 65,535 ports, and administrator can change this port 22 to any other like which he likes. So if you want to mention specify port, you can say -p for port, and you can specify that 1000 or 2000, whatever the port is. So but in Windows there is no SSH command, and there is a software called PuTTY. This is very famous one. So this software allows us to remotely log in into this SSH service. So you can download this. I have already downloaded and installed. So this is the PuTTY interface, and what you want to do is you want to type in the IP address. So I don't have any SSH service, or I have no any computers. So this one of the computer has been just shut down, and you can also log in as telnet or login and serial connection, and also SSH. And you can mention here the port. The default port it takes is 22, and you can save the sessions and you can open the connection. So the one of the main problem with PuTTY is it is like single session. That means that this tab open when you open the connection, then you need to, if you want to open another connection, you need to run another instance of PuTTY, right? So that's some time consuming task. So I recommend to download this Solar PuTTY. So this one, so Solar PuTTY for Windows, it is like multi-tabbed PuTTY. That means you can just open a new tab and you can connect to the system, and if you want to connect to another computer, you can just open the new tab and you can connect to that computer. So I recommend this Solar PuTTY, but however we will see this PuTTY in the future videos.